Welcome to the NASCAR Hot Wheels Cup Series Season 2. We are here in Darlington to do some late racing here in the regular season. There's only a couple of races left before the chase. The race for the playoffs is heating up. We have 16 cars ready to take on our track. The top 12 will make the playoffs this year. Cars will be running in the order they qualified in last week. Make sure to check out the qualifying video if you have not already. So, as I mentioned before, we have 16 cars. Let's go ahead and take a look at our favorites here today. These are our cars or drivers to watch. First up, it's the 14 of Clint Bowyer. He's been dominant all season long. He's won multiple poles. He's won 3 races. He's been basically unstoppable this year. Then it's his teammate, the Aric Almirola, in the 10 car, followed by the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. looking for his first win on the season. And then last but not least, it's the 3 of Austin Dillon, your Daytona 500 winner. Here's a look at your race format for today's race. There will be 8 races of 2 cars that make up Stage 1. The winners will pick up 5 points in advance. The losers get 1 point. Stage 2 will have 4 races of 2 cars. So the 8 cars that advance will face off one-on-one again. Again, winners 5 points, losers 1 point. Then in Stage 3, it's a 4-car tournament. The car that finishes first gets a lot of regular season points. Anyways, here's a look at the track. We have a 180-degree turn to a lane merge fat track section. Our pace car, the Lamborghini Countach, will make its run down the track where it pulls into pit road. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our Stage 1 matchups. We begin with the car that won the pole today. Of course, it was the 14 of Clint Bowyer. He's won back-to-back poles. He's taking on a Hendrick car, the 9 of Chase Elliott. The Hendrick cars have struggled this week. Stewart Haas has been strong. Clint Bowyer starts on the outside, gets a great run on that outside lane, and will move to block Chase Elliott and win the race. Qualifying second, another Stewart Haas car. It's the 41 of Kurt Busch. Stewart Haas has been great all weekend long, followed by another Hendrick car. Qualifying 15th, it was the 88 of Alex Bowman. Busch on the outside. It's neck and neck, but he gets a good run off of that turn, and Kurt Busch wins the race. Then, qualifying third, another Stewart Haas car. It's the 10 of Aric Almirola, taking on, you guessed it, a Hendrick car in the 24 of William Byron. Almirola on the outside gets a huge jump on that 24 and easily wins the race. The 10 cars headed to Stage 2, picking up 5 regular season points. Now we have our first Toyota on the course today. It's the 11 of Denny Hamlin. He qualified 4th, taking on the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Hamlin starts on the outside. Neck and neck. Oh, and Hamlin spins across the finish line. A great race. Hamlin ends up winning it. Harvick could not pass for the win. Now we have Hamlin's teammate qualifying 5th, the 18 of Kyle Busch, taking on the 31 of Ryan Newman, the first Richard Childress car we've seen on the track. Busch gets the early jump and will cruise across the finish line and take the Stage 1 victory. Now we have our first Penske car. It's the 2 of Brad Keselowski, taking on the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. Keselowski on the inside, Truex on the outside. Truex gets the early jump. He will hold off Keselowski as they spin in sync. That was a bit weird. Both cars spun out in sync. Little weird to see that. But now we have the 3 of Austin Dillon, one of our favorites, taking on the 21 of Paul Menard. Menard on the inside, Dillon on the outside. Dillon gets the early jump on Menard. Menard trying to come back, but it won't be enough. Good run from both cars, but it's Dillon taking the Stage 1 victory. Now we have the 22 of Joey Logano taking on the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Hendrick has struggled, as has Penske today. Neither car has won a race, or neither team has won a race yet. Johnson gets the early jump, but Joey Logano battles back in that outside lane to take down Johnson and take the Stage 1 victory. We're headed to Stage 2 now. The 14 of Clint Bowyer will take on the 22 of Joey Logano. Logano qualified 8th. Bowyer, of course, is your pole sitter. Bowyer is looking for back-to-back wins after winning last week. Logano on the outside, Bowyer on the inside. Bowyer has the lead. He holds Logano off in the turn, but he spins into the wall, and Logano wins. Problems for Bowyer. He blows a tire. A costly loss there for Bowyer. Logano is headed to Stage 3. Now we have the 41 of Kurt Busch, who has one win, as does the 3 of Austin Dillon. They're both in search of their second win of the season. Busch gets the jump. He's on the outside, and he spins across the finish line, holding off the 3 of Austin Dillon relatively easily. Now we have the 10 of Aric Almirola qualifying 3rd versus the 78 of Martin Truex Jr., who qualified 6th. Truex, one of the few Toyotas to advance. Almirola gets the jump on Truex in the outside lane. Truex spins out, and Almirola, that was weird. The finish line bounced him back, but he did indeed cross it for the Stage 2 win. Now we have the 11 of Denny Hamlin taking on the 18 of Kyle Busch, a pair of Joe Gibbs teammates taking each other on. Busch on the inside, Hamlin on the outside. Hamlin has a nose on Busch. Busch on the inside, battles back and beats Hamlin. What a race. Hamlin had the run on the outside, but Busch managed to bump draft him and hold him off across the finish line. So now we have Kurt Busch taking on Joey Logano here in Stage 3. Busch qualified 5th. Logano qualified 8th. Winner will race for the win. Busch on the outside, Logano on the inside. Neck and neck. Busch gets a run on the outside lane and will hold off Logano for the victory. Great race between those two. Now we have the 41 of Kurt Busch taking on his teammate, the 10 of Eric Almirola. Stewart-Haas has won a bunch of races this year. Let's see what their cars can do in this race. We got Busch on the outside. Gets the jump on Almirola, and it will be enough to win. Busch had some problems. He ran into the wall there, but he beat Almirola to the finish line, and now it's a brother battle. Here in Darlington, we have the Busch brothers ready to take each other on. Kurt Busch is on the outside. Kyle Busch is on the inside. Busch gets the jump. He holds off Kyle Busch and wins the race, doing a little burnout right after he crosses the finish line. Congratulations to Kurt Busch on winning his second race of the season. He holds off his brother, the 18 of Kyle Busch. So, Kurt Busch takes his second win on the year. He won at Talladega. He now has a win here at Darlington. It's his third career win. He adds Darlington to that list. So, congratulations to the 41 of Kurt Busch and the Stewart-Haas racing team. It was a fantastic battle. He's going home a winner with his second of the season. Great opportunity to earn some big points for the 41. Stewart-Haas in general was really good today. They had 5 cars in the top, or they had 3 cars in the top 5. Eric Almirola finished 3rd. Clint Bowyer finished 5th despite his wreck. Joey Logano finished 4th. A good run for the Penske car, who has struggled recently. Logano's been in a big slump. Kyle Busch is 2nd. Here's a look at the point standings. You can see below the cut line right now, it's Elliott, Harvick, Menard, and Byron. Jimmy Johnson and Ryan Newman sit just above it. Meanwhile, Brad Keselowski is free falling through the standings. He is in 9th. Meanwhile, Kurt Busch will pass his brother Kyle Busch. He has 71 regular season points. Kyle Busch has 69. So Kurt Busch is now up to 3rd. Bowyer has a 3-point lead over Dillon for the regular points lead. Meanwhile, Logano starts to climb the standings again. He is in 6th with 7th with 49, So let's go ahead and take a look at the wins and playoff point standings. Clint Bowyer is 3rd. Clint Bowyer has 3 wins. Kurt Busch has 2. So that means Stewart-Haas has 5 wins in 7 races this season. They have dominated. Meanwhile, the playoff point standings, Kurt Busch moves into 2nd, passing Austin Dillon. So that's all for now from Darlington. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn notifications on. We will be back next week when we go racing at Charlotte for race 8 on the regular season. So that's all for now. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you for some qualifying. And that's all for now. Peace.